The Champions League game has passed. We can get back to shitting ourselves about the Premier League. Good morning, 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 Arsenalverse. Good morning, Gooner World. Good morning, everyone. And thank you for joining us on this Friday edition of the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show. That's right, ladies and gents. It's Friday. It's Friday. You've got to be happy about Friday, right? I hope you feel good. I hope it's going to be a banging end of the week for you. I hope you're ready to down tools. I hope you're ready to skip those Teams meetings, walk off site, dress down. Dress so down today your nipples are on display. Well, maybe don't do that. Well, do you know what? Do it. Do it. Throw caution to the wind. I remember when I was younger, there was an old guy I used to work with, who every chuffing Friday used to say Friday was Poets' Day. Friday is Poets' Day. And he used to say, it stands for piss off early, tomorrow's Saturday. And he said it every Friday. And I cannot tell you how much it used to wind me up. But I think nowadays it's not Poets' Day, it's Foets' Day. I think you can work that one out. Okay, you know what? I should say a little bit of admin. Good morning, by the way. Good morning. I'm not sure if I said good morning, but it's Friday. I'm Edwin Ash. This is the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show. And before we get into today's running order, obviously a little bit of admin. Please, if you would be so kind, we just want you to get involved. You to get involved on TikTok and on Insta. We are at Big Ass Breakfast. On X, we are at Big Ass Brecky, and on Blue Sky we are at Big Ass Breakfast .bsky.social. If you want to get involved in the chat and the debate, if you want to send anything in, if you want to get on the show, get in touch. Okay, that's where we're at. You can also email us if you like. We are show at bigarsenalbreakfast.com. That's show at bigarsenalbreakfast.com. If you like emails, send us an email. Okay, a lot to get through. On today's show, we've got the Everton preview. It is, of course, match preview show, so we will preview the Everton game, of course. We've got the Babs 11. That's right, the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show. Not predicted 11 that we would like to see. We've been chatting about this here at Babs HQ. There's a slightly different lineup that we'd like to see. We're kind of all in agreement that the attack needs reshuffling, so that's going to be coming up soon. And yeah, I suppose we should just get into it. Also, actually, I should say for tomorrow, get your big ass team talks in. We want to know what you would say to the team before kickoff. So on game day, we always read out your big ass team talk. So if you have a team talk idea for the team before Everton, get them in. We'll read them out. Okay. Do you know what? Even if on that team talk thing, even if your team talk is just like, don't fuck this up, boys. That's good enough for us. We just want to know. And of course, as ever, get in touch. We get your big ass opinions on the show. Right, moving on swiftly to Everton news. Whoa. Let me just I'm just going to bring down that slide quickly. I've got something else I want to look at first. So I don't know about you guys, but as I said at the top of the show, I am a little bit nervous about this one. I do not underestimate David Moyes. Do not underestimate how sticky and stinky and that Everton can play under a David Moyes team. I mean, we are going to see a dirty block. I don't think we're going to see a block that dirty since New York in the 1970s. It's going to be filth and it's going to be difficult. And it's sort of backed up in the stats. Since David Moyes returned to Everton in January 2025, they have become one of the most efficient away sides in the league. I should also say, G-Dog's back. G-Dog is back. Good morning, G-Dog. Hope you're doing well this morning. Are you primed? G-Dog's in the chat. Are you primed for Friday, my friend? He says stinky draw written all over it. I feel the same. I'm worried. I got the same feeling, man. It's not going to be easy, is it, G-Dog? There's no way it's going to be easy. If it's going to be an Arsenal win, it's going to be a narrow 1-goal win with 10 minutes to go, with all of us pulling our hair out. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Okay, so back to the stats. Their away form stat, Everton's that is, since January 2025, Everton have 12 away wins. Only Arsenal, 13, have more in the same period. Um, we've won 7 of our last 10 home games in all competitions. And obviously, our defense is the best in the league, having conceded only 22 goals all season. Touch wood. Let's keep it to 22. Yeah, let's keep that to 22. Um, but the stakes are high. Look, we're 7 points clear. Man City play later in the day against West Ham. Who knows? West Ham are fighting for their lives. Who knows how that goes? And any slip up here, really, if we slip up, that could be a huge mentality shift within like a couple of hours. But if we win it, we temporarily at least go 10 points clear. And that psychological impact could have something on City, who just got absolutely battered, against Real Madrid midweek. So I would say there's more shit riding on this than a speedboat out of Colombia. That's a lot of shit. Hopefully for Arsenal, it's the good shit. Okay. Right. Let's have a quick look at the table. I thought it was quite interesting. I don't know if you've been paying attention to it, G Dog. I haven't looked down the table past like fourth. You know, when you're at the top, you don't tend to look that far below you. I certainly can't find Tottenham on that list. But Everton are sitting in eighth, and they have got 43 points, right? Now, if you go up above that, there's Brentford of 44, Liverpool on 48, Chelsea on 48th in fifth. It's not likely, I would say, but it is not beyond the realms of possibility that Everton could make top 5. I mean, there are how many games to go? Was there 9 games to go for Everton? It's not beyond the realms of possibility. Why am I saying this? It's unlikely, of course, but that's got to be David Moyes' team talk, isn't it? That's what he's got to be saying. Look, if we go on a run, if we go on a mad one till the end of the season, we could be playing Champions League football next season, boys. And I think at this stage of the season, they're 100% be thinking about that. Food for thought. Let's have a little check on the injury news. Ouch! Yeah. Okay. So Trossard trained on Tuesday before the Leverkusen game. But he obviously didn't make the squad. And Ødegaard, what on earth is going on with Martin Ødegaard? It seems like it's slightly non-serious, but there's something going on. Not in a kind of tinfoil hat way, but like he just, where is he? Where is he? When I get the impression Arteta speaks about him, it's like it almost sounds like it's the player who says he's not ready. That's what I'm feeling. I'm basing that on nothing other than a feeling. I mean, only last week, the Norway manager, I can't pronounce his first name, I don't think, Stala Solbakken. He offered an update on the midfielder's condition. He said, there's nothing serious about Martin. The most important thing is that he recovers completely and is good for us in the summer. For those of us who care about the World Cup, it's not a disaster that he's going to get some breaks now. He's going to rebuild and be crucial for Arsenal in April, May, maybe late March. So what are we thinking then? What is this? Some discomfort? He sits this out. Sits out the return leg for Leverkusen, gets back for the League Cup final after the international break. I mean, that's my hunch. I got a feeling we won't see him till the League Cup final. But I feel we need him. I know there's a lot of discourse around Martin Ødegaard at the moment, but I showed a graphic in yesterday's show from James Bench showing where our passing map was, and there was a massive Martin Ødegaard shaped hole in the middle of the pitch. Sorry, I'm just there. G-Dog's back in again. He said, don't expect them to make too much of attacking chances, but we are going to also. Yeah, referring to the Everton game. Yeah, I don't know, man. They could be on the break. They could be a break playing team. They ain't got the same team that we played against them at the Hill Dickinson. They've got Ndiaye back and a few others. It'll be hard. It'll be tough. It will be tough. Anyway, with Martin Ødegaard, I guess we'll find out a bit more tomorrow. I think it's such an opportunity for Eze to really nail down that spot while he's away. I don't think he's taken that opportunity just yet. Really don't think he's taken that opportunity just yet. I don't know if it's where his positional play is because of Arteta, possibly. He needs to get in that hole. In that graphic I showed yesterday, there's a big hole there for a nice central midfielder to go, give me the ball here, I'm having a shot, or I'm playing a through ball, I'm making things happen. They're just going wide all the time. Oy, okay. As for Everton, I think they're in really good shape. I mean, Grealish is out, Charlie Alcaraz is out, Seamus Coleman. I can't believe Seamus Coleman's still there. I can't believe he's staying. Like, I swear, if there's a nuclear apocalypse, the only things remaining will be cockroaches and Seamus Coleman. Okay, moving on. Excuse me. Okay, this is the Babs 11. This is what we've discussed at Babs HQ, the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show HQ, what we would like to see. And I've seen a lot of variants on this. And I think the one thing is we probably disagree on the lineup, but we're all tend to agree we need to see something else. We need to see something else. As I said, this will be the dirtiest block since Cell Block H that we're going to be playing against. And for my money, for our money here, the team have suggested Raya, White, Ben White to come back in if he's fit, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori if he's fit, Norgard, give Zubamendi a break, Rice, Madueke on the right, Havertz in the middle, Eze on the left, please, and Gyökeres up front. Now, why Ben White? Overlapping runs. Timber's awesome. Timber's the better defender, but he's been getting into loads of positions and not making the most of it. There was a stat flying around yesterday about Timber being one of our players who had the highest amount of touches in the opposition box. But you wouldn't think it because I'm not saying he's rubbish at it, but he's not as creative as Ben White. He's not as accurate as Ben White. I want to see Ben White back. I really, really, really do. Calafiori on the left-hand side, I want to see him roaming. I want to see him pulling players out of position against Everton. We need more threat. We need more chaos, I think. Norgard to give Zubamendi a break. I think Norgard's an excellent player. I don't. It's obvious Arteta doesn't trust him, but I'd love to see him get a chance and sit Zubamendi down. We know he's done the highest amount of running in the Premier League this season, Zubamendi. He's done a massive amount of running. Sit him down. Give him another break. Rice, I think, can cope. Madueke's in shit hot form. He has to start. Havertz, if he's fit enough, he has to start. Eze can definitely play off the left. He's still in the jail zone because of that mistake he made against Aston Villa back last year. And then Gyökeres stays, just for me for now, because if he's got Havertz around him, his best play has been when Havertz has been around him. We stick him in. That's what I'd like to see. G-Dog, if you've got any ideas of what you'd like to see, let us know in the chat, yeah? I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Right. Let us know what you think. Honestly, let us know what you think. What would you like to see tomorrow? It's got to change, right? It has to change. At Big Ass Breakfast on TikTok, at Big Ass Breakfast on Insta, at Big Ass Brecky on X, and at Big Ass Breakfast.bluesky.social on BSky. Yeah, G-Dog's come back in the chat. He said, Havertz has to play with Gyökeres for me. Timber was our best attack on Wednesday, but I don't want to see the threat of Calafiori and White. I don't want to see the threat of Calafiori and White down the wings. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, we're all in agreement, though, that attack has to change, right? I think we're all in agreement with that. And this is what's so great about this team, man. We built this squad. We built this squad with so many different components, so many different parts. We can switch it up. I think we've all predicted the last 11, the last 3 games. I know that's some of that's dependent on injuries, but we can mix it up. We've got so much good talent. We can give them something different to think about. I'd love to see something different for tomorrow. But I'm with you, G-Dog. Havertz and Gyökeres for me. Right. We shall get into some big-ass opinions.
Apart from the 2 penalties he gave away, I thought the stuff
will never leave the corner for life, mate. Way too dry.
Yes. That sound of that ginormous Titanic fart, it means it's time for one thing and one thing only. It's Big Ass Opinions time, and obviously we entreat you to get involved. I've already read out the socials 100 times today. You probably know the email address, show@bigarsenalbreakfast.com. Get involved. But in the meantime, I've also been scouring around the interwebs, and picked out a couple of bits that I think is interesting surrounding the current Arsenal discourse. I'm going to start here with Rory Talks Football. You know Rory Jennings, right? If I mix it up, Rory Jennings. Anyway, everyone knows him. He was responding to Walid Arsenal, who said, generally, when was the last time we played well? Probably back at Sunderland at home. And Rory said, Spurs, brackets they are crap, Sunderland and Leeds before that. Both times Havertz started as the third midfielder and Madueke started off the right. You hearing me, G-Dog? We're in agreement here, right? This is the thing. Those games we looked a big threat. Havertz played behind Gyökeres in the midfield, but he was quite far up at times. And Madueke started off the right. I want to see it. I really, really want to see it. And I think that basically, to revamp that attack, that is the way forward. And rest Saka. Rest Saka. He's knackered. He hasn't recovered well from the hamstring injury. That's obvious. Sit him down for a bit. Madueke would relish the opportunity. It's go time. Also, across the Twitterverse, Aaron Catterson-Reed at Read the Game. That's Aaron Catterson-Reed at Read the Game. He said, to the people that think Arsenal don't miss Ødegaard, he's only started 13 Premier League games, yet no Arsenal player has more Premier League assists than him this season. Yeah. I mean, let's see. I get it. Ødegaard's he's not banging in the goals. He's been in and out of the team. He needs a run, but he's still our best creative midfielder, for my money. The Eze argument for me, Eze is the best shot taker. There's room for both. Let's get him in, Mikel. Come on, let's do it. I like this one from Raphael Honigstein. I'm sure you know Raphael Honigstein. He was replying to Sid Lowe. He said, this is about the penalty discourse. Yeah, sorry, this is about the penalty discourse on Leverkusen. I know I'm going back a bit, rehashing a bit, but it's still going. It's still going. Even this morning, I looked on my Twitters this morning, and I was like, yeah, people are still arguing about this shit. Look, Raphael Honigstein said, defender tackled from behind, missed the ball by 2 meters and catches Madueke's ankle. Slight touch and exaggerated / delayed fall, yes, but VAR can't get involved there. Yeah, it was a slight touch. It was the softest of penalties. But I've seen worse given. To me, that's a big old penalty. And finally, for big ass opinions in this particular section, it comes from Zito at _Zeets. He said, Madueke has his faults, but one thing that separates him from so many of our players is that he's so direct, that he forces defenders to make nervous decisions. He might not beat you all the time, but he's going to force you to retreat into uncomfortable areas. And I agree wholeheartedly. Madueke has, you know, that kind of Jekyll and Hyde emotional driving thing that we have, that we want someone to attack. We want them to go at defenders. We want them to get involved. We want them to go forward. We want them to take risks. He is a risk taker. We want that. But sometimes we lose our shit when a player gives the ball away. But we have to accept that. That is baked into the cake. That is what Madueke is, right? He goes at players. He might lose one. He might win one. Look what he did against Leverkusen. I'm telling you, man, that boy is ready. He could cook. He could cook. G-Dog jumped into the chat. He said, yeah, Arteta has to rotate and agree. Madueke is doing better than Saka currently. Fact. Eze probs need a rest, though. Trossard will start. Don't mind the thought of Ødegaard starting. He's solid. Eze needs a rest, probs. Yeah, yeah, maybe. Maybe does. He's played a lot of minutes. Trossard, will he be up to scratch? I don't mind Trossard off the bench. I still want to see Eze off the left. I want to see Eze off the left, G-Dog. By all means, give him a rest next week. But I need to see him off the left. I know we're all crawling for it. But I agree with you. Ødegaard can definitely start. He's solid. Okay. It's time for the instant karma take of the day.
Instant karma take of the day.
Now, this relates to what Peter Schmeichel had to say in the week after the Bayern game. I played it on the show the other week. He basically started, after the Bayern Munich game against Atalanta, he took it as an opportunity to have a pop at Arsenal, which is so weird and unrelated. And I spoke about this on the show on Wednesday. And I just thought this was quite an interesting riposte from Martin Keown. Let's have a look.
I'm listening to some people. Sometimes these ex-players. Peter Schmeichel has said that Arsenal brings something ugly to the Premier League. I think that's deranged in what he's talking about. Was it ugly when they changed the back pass rule in '92 because it was him that was one of the advocates of that? Everyone kept passing it back to him. That was ugly as well.
Yes, Martin. Yes, Martin. That was truly ugly. It was truly ugly. And they had to change the back pass rule almost single-handedly because of Peter Schmeichel in the Euros final in 1992. And I have to say, Martin Keown out there doing the Lord's work. Martin Keown, Martin Keown, Martin Keown, Martin Keown, Martin Keown. He is out there doing the Lord's work. I'm going to talk about this on tomorrow morning's show. A little bit of a editorial coming up. Stay tuned for that. But it's been a week for Arsenal criticism. When is it not? When are we not catching strays? Not even strays. We're in the sights, people. We're in the sights. People are coming at us left, right, and centre. We are proper hated. But I'm going to have a little chat about that tomorrow's show. We'll also do the preview as well. And that's kind of it for today. That's kind of it. Wrapping it up before the half an hour mark because, I got to get to work. G-Dog's probably got to get to work. But, tomorrow we will have full updates on injuries. We'll have the Mikel Arteta presser from today. And don't worry, we'll fill you in. Have a banging Friday. I'm certainly going to have a few pints tonight. No two ways about it. Get your team talks in for tomorrow's game day show. As I said, your team talks. We want to know what you would say to the team if you had the opportunity. And that's kind of it, really. Like and subscribe. If you're listening to this late and you prefer a podcast, we do the podcast dealer on all the podcast outlets. But my God, it's the weekend. It's Friday. Saturday, tomorrow, we'll see you at 9 a.m. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Sunday, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. on the weekends. We start at 9 a.m. on the weekends. But have a great Friday. Thanks for joining us. Get your ass in gear, man.